A disappointing kick-off last week, not so this time from Jenkins, and look at Johnson and Robber straight up on Andrews. But South Africa come away with Venter. Watch out for this start, the Lions are ready for it. Let's see how they cope. Osdurant held by Hill. Kruger. Still Kruger, up over halfway. South Africa trying to hit the Lions with the hammer early on. Back. Van der Westhuizen looks for Hannibal on home turf. Well, he may have overdone that. He has. Jenkins will want it to go dead. But the referee is coming back for a penalty. Offside.
An awesome start by the South African forwards. That's what they wanted to do last week, and that's what the Lions were expecting, but that was powerful play. Teichmann will be delighted with the work of his 8. Lions fringing offside, they're being driven backwards. In the end, Hannibal's kick was far too long, but it didn't matter. Henry Hannibal starting the kicking. That's a little bit of a surprise. People in South Africa expected Percival Montgomery to be kicking.
That was certainly the word on the street, and it was the information coming out of the South African camp this week. But it's Hannibal to start, and not start particularly well. We also hear that Gary Teichmann has been led away from the field, so an early injury for the South African captain, and Fritz van Heerden of Western Province is waiting to join the action. Good start there from Jenkins. It's a couple of good kicks now. Keith Wood hacks on. Hubert had a shaky game 7 days ago. But that's a confidence-building kick from Andre Hubert. Usually such an elegant and stately fullback. Anything but in Cape Town.
Well, I think this home crowd roared that an extra 10 metres, but a superb strike from Hubert. Inventive stuff from Keith Wood, the hooker, but really all he did was feed the South African fullback and give him plenty of time. Here comes Van Heerden.
Now, will he go to the back row, or will Andrews move into the Teichmann role?
It's just great having the options. They're such talented footballers. Andrews played World Cup finals there. Van Heerden is a very talented back row forward or second row.
Keith Wood to Jeremy Davison. The Irish in tandem again. Townsend to Guscott. Well, how about that for a tackle from Hannibal? Great tackler, of course, the fly half, but it's back on the Lions' side. Dawson.
No.
Lions
no.
penalty.
Play on the ground. Yeah.
Just wonder whether
play on the ground.
Monsieur Mene could have played the advantage there. It was a good ball for the Lions, a little bit slow, but give them the option.
No advantage.
But that defence from South Africa, rigid to say the least.
And you heard there the exchange between Matt Dawson and referee Mene. Dawson wants communication, and that's understandable. Neil Jenkins wanted a good start, he's having one. Playing the ball on the floor was the reason for the penalty.
Yeah, and Fritz van Heerden there, psyched up to the eyeballs, in very hard.
Bigger.
Talking about eyeballs, what a shot that was. Back goes Dawson, held by Venter, must release. Van der Westhuizen doesn't like it, and he thought a penalty should have been given, claiming that Dawson was holding onto the ball on the floor. Look at him pointing it out there to the referee. And Dawson certainly knows that he's in a battle again. Played so well last week and scored a marvellous try, but this is South African ball now.
And he will not be happy that Tim Rodber tapped that ball back. It must be clean. This team are fired up.
And Skalkbeek getting away from Dawson. Davison went in with a tackle. Kruger. And that's gone forward. So some relief here for the Lions. I think they always knew, Stuart, they would have to weather a storm.
Yes. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, and this one's coming off the Indian Ocean. It's really intense. Kruger is on fire. You can see Van der Westhuizen urging his forwards on. They've been stung by the criticism. This is a crucial 15 minutes. The Lions forwards now must make sure the quality of their ball for their half-backs is good.
Teichmann patched up and ready to go again. The weight advantage just with South Africa then. But it's the way in which the forwards use that weight, and the Lions certainly impressed South Africa with their scrummaging in Cape Town, but they've taken that scrum down.
Collapsing and not bound. Yes.
You can feel a different level of intensity about this South African effort from the early stages. Watch the weight they're putting on there. Real force coming through from that South African front row. This is an important kick for Henry Honourable, though. He hasn't started well. He's overcooked a high ball and quite badly missed one shot at goal. The goal kicking could be so important.
Honourable, that looks better, but it's still not good enough. That's a worrying start for the fly half and the captain. Can ill afford to miss kicks like that in international rugby.
Now it's important that Neil Jenkins keeps up his high standard of restart so the Lions can regain ball and move forward. That's a good kick.
Johnson again, just about the first to arrive. But look at the tenacity of Osdurant. They've gone through and over.
Without the ball, give the ball. Number 3.
And conceded another penalty. Adrian Garvey has been fingered by the referee.
But that was a good kick from Neil Jenkins. A real battle in there. Eyes on the ball and it pops back the Lions side and Garvey comes flying through.
Jenkins making sure of the touch.
A good steady start for Neil Jenkins, and that's important. I would imagine that South Africa will test his credentials as a test fullback today.
Davison, Dawson, Townsend chance to run. In goes Gibbs. Of course he stays on his feet. Richard Hill was there like the good open side. Picked up by Jeremy Guscott. Surely offside, South Africa there. They were yards offside. Lawrence Delalio goes on. Keeps the tempo up. But the penalty goes the other way.
Stay on your feet, please.
And that's exactly what Adrian Garvey did seconds ago. Flying in over the top. The Lions supporters, of which there are many in the stadium, don't like the decision, but at least it was consistent with what had gone before.
Yeah, good charge from Delalio, taking a quick tap. He wants to take the game to them, but two of the forwards, both locked, straight over the top. Adrenaline is so high at the moment, and it's important that when forwards get to break down, they just take that breath and make sure they stay on their feet, because Didier Mene will penalise them. But this has been a brutal start, hasn't it?
And Richard Hill has felt it. He's been pushed so hard by Neil Back, but again, he's got the vote. And like Back, he hasn't put a foot wrong on this tour. Still waiting for our first points. 8 minutes gone. It's South Africa, though, who've had the chances. 2 kicks at goal.
Open the gap.
Richard Hill is okay.
Well, you're going to have to be more than 100% today in that Lions pack, because men like Mark Andrews are ready for this.
And this is crucial. Marko Drotsky throwing to the line out, through appallingly last week by his own admission, and Mark Andrews has taken that, and that certainly gives South Africa much more of a platform to play the game that they want to play. Kruger's right in the middle of all of that. They're approaching the 22. Tom Smith's on the wrong side, but the referee decides it's just a scrum. Here's Tom Smith, the Watsonian.
No comment.
You can make a case for Smith being the player of the tour.
I tell you.
Yes, I'm just smiling at your comment, just a scrum. They're more than just scrums at the moment, Miles.
Van der Westhuizen, Honeyball, shows it to Van Schalkwyk, but Teichmann missed it.
Knock on.
Just a little bit edgy there, Gary Teichmann, disappointed with himself. but the platform is being set by these South African forwards. The double scissors we've seen so much, but it's between Teichmann and Van der Westhuizen. No one quite certain where it's meant to be going, and the mistake is made. Lions on the back foot.
Look at that low driving position again from that Lions.
Stay bound, please. Bound. With the arm.
Such a feature of their recovery in the scrum. They started the tour so badly in that department. Townsend getting away, but Van der Westhuizen almost as if he was hunting him on safari, all over his back.
Knock on in the tackle.
And it was so much that the ball was knocked on by Townsend.
Good to see Gregor Townsend selling that dummy, but Van der Westhuizen, the great defending scrum half.
Teichmann on his way. It's gone forward again. That's a couple of handling errors from Teichmann.
First ball. Green the card.
That was a quite vital tackle from Lawrence Dallaglio there.
Yeah.
Exploded from that scrum. Dallaglio made a vital tackle to stop the South African captain.
I tell you, closer, closer.
Those men mean business.
But it's solid again from the Lions and well controlled by Rodber. Now he asks for an extra drive. That's really to make a psychological point more than gain any ground at this stage. Dawson. Hubert. He'll be encouraged to counter. They'll demand it here. They love to see him flowing, Andre Hubert, but Richard Hill was quickly up again.
That kick was too long. You mustn't give them time to build up momentum.
Van der Westhuizen, Hannibal. There is no way through there. Richard Hill proved that last week. Van der Westhuizen came off Johnson, I think, but it won't make touch anyway. Jenkins. Finding Van der Westhuizen in aggressive mood today. Dawson. Townsend. He concentrated hard on that kick. And he's pushed Peter Rousseau almost into touch, but now Teichmann with Guscott and John Bentley there. Rousseau. Hannibal. Well, it's thrilling stuff.
Henry Hannibal restoring sanity, albeit briefly, to Durban. Rousseau there, I felt, actually touched the line. He tries to keep it in. It's very close. You can't really criticise the touch just for that, though. Bentley up very fast on Teichmann, but South Africa, positive intent, counter-attacking from deep.
Well, Rousseau realising the importance of the line-out now in the game. Didn't want to take that ball into touch. Dawson with Brodsky.
Play on.
Keith Wood. We'll have to watch it. Just went in there a little bit too aggressively. It's a scrum to the Lions.
Gary Teichmann complaining to the French referee that Dawson held the ball. Once again, there was a bit of the slap about that ball, a little bit of panic. They must give Matt Dawson a chance. You cannot compete against this South African team if you haven't got a rock-solid platform.
13 minutes gone, still 0-0. The only previous Lions-South Africa test match played on this ground at Kings Park finished 3-0. We're hoping for more points than that. 3-0 to South Africa. There's Wood going in. Just don't quite see it. There it is. We do.
Well, I don't think there's too much to worry about there.
No, that was okay.
I don't think so.
Well, there is Keith Wood.
Okay.
For me, he might well have been the Lions' man of the match last week. An immense competitor, and he's going to need to be today. Already we've seen Adrian Garvey, so anonymous last week in Cape Town, flying everywhere.
Yeah, we wait for him. We wait for... Play on. Play on.
He's singing, echoing around the ground, and it's coming from the Lions supporters.
Stay bound. Stay bound.
And they'll be encouraged again by this start in the scrum. Dawson. That's meant for Bentley to chase, but Hubert has time, lots of it, and he makes the mark.
Well, unfortunately at the moment, Andre Hubert is being fed by the Lions.
But here, Hubert feeds Dawson, and Dawson has a chance to run in broken play. Fine run from the scrum half. Someone will have to act as scrum half now. Paul Wallace has realised that, so has Delalio. Delalio takes on the responsibility. Out to Robber. That was well controlled. It was a difficult ball to take. Bentley clears away, and Fenter goes in over the top.
On your feet.
And Kruger there as well.
You must play on your feet.
Well, the ball came out, and Kruger really has to stay on his feet. Dives over, no attempt to stay on his feet. That's why it's a penalty. And a chance for Neil Jenkins just to settle the Lions. Good scrummaging start to the game. They must settle their line out. And they really must face up to this intense start.
Ian McGeechan and Jim Telfer in the crowd, feeling the atmosphere. Ian McGeechan the other night said that he would expect his players to fight fire with fire, but keep their brains in the fridge. And looking to take advantage of South African indiscipline is Neil Jenkins.
He'll feel at home, won't he? Bread of heaven echoing around Natal. What amazing scenes.
Now, can Jenkins succeed where Hannibal has failed? It's almost from halfway, it's a long way out, but Neil Jenkins has caught it quite beautifully. What a kick! Absolutely fantastic from Jenkins. Just what his side needed. 3-0 the Lions lead. 16 minutes gone.
Well, he spent 1 hour yesterday afternoon here at Kings Park, and every single one of those 60 minutes worth it. What a superb kick.
Delalio's call, taken by Stradham. Durant, and still Durant. It took Wallace and Wood to stop him. Van der Westhuizen, Hannibal. It just sucked in slightly there, the Lions, but they did well to keep their concentration around the fringe. Well played back row. Van der Westhuizen off to Drotsky. Van Skelbeek, the centre, goes into an extra weight. This is rampaging from the South Africans. Hannibal, and again the ball goes loose in the tackle. Referee lets it go. He'll surely go back for the scrum now. Jenkins has put it down, don't worry. It'll be a scrum.
Big Oz Durant is spearheading this forward attack, but Hannibal, he felt the weight of one Scott Gibbs. Big hit from the former league man, and that just dislodged that ball. A quite vital challenge from the most physical of Welshmen. Oz eating dirt. It's been on the charge already. Ominous signs for the Lions. They've got to stop that man crossing the gain line.
There's Durant against Wallace.
Stay down.
Dawson. Townsend. Just like in Cape Town, very little time for the kicker to get it away. Gregor Townsend, we saw him this morning looking relaxed, sitting on the pool deck, reading the paper. You wouldn't have known it was an international day. But he says that he just likes to focus on the technicalities of his play. Doesn't want to get too much involved in all the hype. Is that the fly half's way?
Yeah, he's got to be cold and unemotional. He's got to call the shot. I see Townsend as one of the most influential and critical men of the Lions to achieve a victory today.
Eluding Johnson, and now it's Van der Westhuizen, Hannibal, Van Skelbeek switching the line of attack to Hubert. Paul Wallace and Keith Wood.
Stay back.
A pair of hitmen this afternoon going round as a combination. Dawson.
Play on.
Says play on.
Play on. No.
It wasn't a late challenge on Van der Westhuizen. I'm not sure he'll agree.
Well, there's Paul Wallace. What an onus on him today, taking on Big Oz Durant. He's a tricky scrummager. Here's Van der Westhuizen, that famous little chip. And there you can see he runs straight into Wallace. No penalty there. That was what you call a
Open the
professional
door,
dive.
please. Open it.
Drotsky at the Free State. He was well in play when he threw that ball.
tremendous take from Andrews.
Hannibal, now it's meant for Sneijman, the winger, and also Montgomery. Jenkins got it, had to.
That wasn't cool, that was Arctic. I don't know whether Neil Jenkins knew that Percy Montgomery was haring down on him. Every British heart a long way down the throat, not even in the mouth. Clever kick by Hannibal, he wanted it to land there. Jenkins lets it go, but inches in it.
Well, personally, I prefer it in the throat than the mouth if it's going to move. What an intense start to the match. Van der Westhuizen. Again, it's Sneijman putting pressure on Tate. Sneijman, who played on the left wing last week. It's been knocked on. He's certainly seen as a winger by coach Karl Duplessis. Andre Sneijman plays for Northern Transvaal alongside Danny van Schalkwyk in the centre.
Interesting change in South African tactics as well. Far more chips. They're pushing the ball around. They're asking the positional questions of Jenkins, Tate and Bentley.
Don't worry. Yes.
But the Lions have achieved their first objective. They've weathered the first 20 and they're 3 in front.
That's the second time now the Lions front row have been penalised. Paul Wallace said he was pulled down. He wasn't doing the pushing to take the scrum onto its knees.
Well, if I was a South African captain here, I would say to Andre Hubert, put it in the corner and hit Andrews in the line out. And look for the drive from where they scored last week.
See there, the referee indicating that the binding is the problem. Hubert pushing play towards that corner flag, and it's all eyes on Durant, as he will no doubt come round on the peel.
I could see binding slip in there. And once it slips with the pressure coming through, that scrum is always going to collapse. This is pressure for the Lions. They've got to try and take the jumper as he comes down. Don't let them get any momentum.
Andrews looking for Durant, driven on by the rest of the forwards. Comes back on the South African side. Danger still on here as they look to regroup for another push. Drotsky gives it. Teichmann and Venter tie it in. Van der Westhuizen, Hannibal, have they got the width? Hubert, great tackling from Guscott and Gibbs. Robert staying on his feet, trying to prevent that ball from coming back, but it's still with the men in green. Garvey, Wallace has fallen on the wrong side. Van der Westhuizen, amazing defence again from the Lions. They're like a red rash all over South Africa, but Hubert. And their continuity and retention, quite superb. So they get another chance. Venter trying to dig it out. Johnson was preventing him, and the penalty has been given.
Well, the pressure is on. And the Lions, I think, will be delighted if Teichmann actually calls for the kick to goal, because that was attack that stretched them to the limit. Physically, you can see the Lions blowing. And this is a little respite. And after attacks like that, I think they'd almost say, yes, we'll take 3 points against us.
I just saw John Bentley there as we look at Percy Montgomery take over the kicking duties. John Bentley came in off his wing, and man by man he went through the pack, congratulating them on their work and defence. Inspirational character.
Oh, that was inspirational defence as well. Quite marvellous from the Lions forwards to sustain the try line there.
Montgomery. This is a problem for South Africa. They've missed 3 now, 2 from Hannibal, 1 from Montgomery, and that never looked like getting across. It was nervous and it was snatched.
Yeah, you've got to say 2 out of the 3 they've missed at this level almost constituted sitters. The Lions should be behind, and that'll give them encouragement. You have to score when you get the possession. The Lions will have their chances. They took them last week.
up in the air. Did he do enough? The answer's no. Townsend getting through here. That's good work from Gregor Townsend. Jeremy Davison went with him. Up to the Lions' 10-metre line, and a penalty for hands on the deck.
Good play on the ground.
Tremendous play from Gregor Townsend there. After all that pressure, you'd expected him to fire the ball down, but he comes off his right foot, inside Kruger and Honourable, and he lays off that ball there to Davidson on the charge. Good play from the Lions.
Jenkins looking composed at full-back. Totally unruffled.
Great start for Neil Jenkins. That was a lovely strike. His restarts are excellent at the moment. They're keeping the Lions going forward, and they're taking the heat off the situations when they've been struggling. They're under the cost, but the main thing is they remain 3-0 in front.
Davison, as the Lions looked to go attacking, but they missed that. But it was good cleaning up at the base. Dawson lost it. Ball hit the referee.
Sorry, it's a knock-on, only a knock-on. No.
Before he turned his back, he'd seen the knock-on.
Yes.
Not a great throw there. You see Mark Andrews just interfering slightly with Jeremy Davidson. That put him off his stride. Delalio did well to win the ball, but the knock-on was from Keith Wood.
More evidence of Lawrence Delalio, the dogged scrapper.
Engage.
Very hard man.
Stay bound. Back.
From the Westhazen. Hits Hubert. And the curl on the left-footed kick. I've been looking for a little bit more distance than that.
Dave Allred, the Lions kicking coach, would tell you the curl means he hasn't struck that well, and the Lions will be quite happy with that because they've regained possession of the ball. Now Keith Wood must start hitting the line-out jumpers with real precision.
Look at the judge.
Interestingly, they've cut the line out. Johnson's still part of it, of course.
Please. Close.
And the back row runners in midfield, watch out for them.
Goes to Johnson, wasn't clean ball though. Lions have to sort that out because your own line-out ball is key in this game now. Jenkins comes up, Guska jumps almost as a decoy there to prevent the South Africans from piling through,
Stay back.
and it's all worked. Dawson
Back.
looks for Townsend, can't find him, takes on the kick, but that's straight to Sneeman. Picked up by Hubert. Referee's given a penalty back in centre field.
Offside.
It's all very frantic at the moment, very physical, no space out there at all. Andre Sneeman, very hesitant. At the moment, this game is definitely being played in the head. It's a real mental battle and physical battle, and Delalio, he's one of the key men for the Lions. He's one of their most inspirational players.
Jenkins. He's certainly given that enough. Well, this is just the first fight of the day. Later on, it's Holyfield against Tyson, and that's a special pay-per-view event, remember, on Sky Box Office from midnight. And for more information, you can call 0990 800 888. 0990 800 888. Penalty, so it's a Lions throw-in. Wood to Davidson. Has been working so well. And Keith Wood's got it. Penalty.
Collapsing the ball.
As South Africa bring that maul down.
Collapsing the ball.
Really were under pressure there from the Lions pack.
Well, that was the precision that I was talking about earlier. Good throw from Wood. Davidson took it down. And the body positions that Jim Telfer has worked on so hard for so many hours. Excellent. And the South Africans with no option but to collapse that drive.
When the ball stops, don't move again. Think about
So
it.
wince of pain there from Keith Wood.
Yes,
The Lions won't want to use him. They've got a very useful replacement though in Barry Williams. There is the Welshman. Came out on tour as certainly the number 3 hooker. He was a little bit of a surprise selection, but that wasn't the thoughts of the Lions management team and those who had seen Williams in action. And he's certainly become the number 2. Now Keith Wood wants to stay on.
Do you know, I honestly believe that all the British and Irish keep singing this Welsh hymn, Bread of Heaven. All the rivalries have gone. This is one huge effort, isn't it?
All in this together. It's the beauty of the Lions. And the beauty of this man is that he doesn't miss many. Not the distance of the first kick, but it's a much more testing angle. And if this one goes over, he really is kicking well. Straight through the middle. 6-0. 6 to Jenkins.
Perfect rhythm. Bisects the post. Pythagoras would have been proud of that one.
Rodber. 10 minutes left until the interval, and remember, and we said it last week, the Lions do finish the stronger of the teams on this tour. Hannibal under pressure. Bentley didn't need asking to get up there first, did he? Teichmann staying on his feet, but Tom Smith says, no, I'll have that, thank you. Dawson keeps it in. Richard Hill is all there on his own, though. Now the support arrives. No surprise there that Hill lost out. It was a lonesome task, and Snyman is going after this kick. Jenkins is chasing. Must police this, he does. They look to take the quick one through Montgomery. That's confidence from the new cap. But instead, they settle for the forwards to rumble forward. Good kick from Hannibal.
Brilliant kick. He looked up, there were no men over, and he just drilled out to the corner, didn't want it to go in. And Jenkins with Snyman coming down, no option. The line under siege yet again. What price? Mark Andrews and that big drive.
Well, I don't know where this half has gone. It seems to have flown by. Absorbing rugby, still waiting for our first try. The Lions will look to defend with everything they've got to get here. They look for Andrews. He's got it. Ostirand.
Stay back, number 1.
Van der Westhuizen. It's out to Kruger. Tate tries to hold him up. Did he get it down? The referee's given the try. No, he's not. He's given a penalty. He went over to the try line and put his arm up, but no time to dwell on that. Kruger tries again. Benter looks and checks. He was a dummy, a decoy. There's a case there for obstruction.
Tim Rodber put a superb low drive-in tackle in.
Trotsky lost it. Durant hasn't. Ostirand just held up. What an effort from the Lions again. I got him, says Lawrence Dallaglio.
And I can't believe what I'm seeing. The power that South Africa are exerting is unbelievable. Van der Westhuizen calling the tunes. Kruger went for the lines. Davidson, Tate, Dawson, 3 that time. And then Durant went. It was Lawrence Dallaglio.
Well, he didn't get that down, did he? But it was a penalty which had already been given. The referee signalled from the point where the try was scored. I think just about the whole of the ground thought that the referee had given the try. Let's just take a closer look. Ooh, goodness.
On the line's out. Good decision, but the Lions still under immense pressure.
Teichmann, Dallaglio with the tackle. They'll have to do it all again here, the Lions. Hanging on for grim death here. Trotsky, Dawson got him.
Play on!
They fan out, ready for Van der Westhuizen. Now it is a try. And this man with an amazing scoring record for South Africa. That's his 15th try and his 31st international. But I wager he hasn't enjoyed as many as that.
Well, this one was coming from a long way back. Lovely dummy and dart. And Keith Wood there on hand. But he's on the line and that's over. Makes a yard of space, sells the dummy. Wallace takes it. He's over for the score. He is a predator. So powerful, such low body positions. And you cannot say South Africa did not deserve that. Mark Andrews and Van der Westhuizen fired up.
No, in a way the Lions deserve to hold out because of their immense defence, but you're absolutely right, Stuart. It was a well-deserved try from the home team, but Montgomery has missed the kick, and of course that means, and with a shake of the head from the try scorer Van der Westhuizen, he knows the Lions are still in front, 6-5. Let's take a closer look, though, at the try.
How many times have we seen that? Van der Westhuizen from a yard and a half, deadliest scrum half in the world, but those missed kicks could be vital. It's been all South Africa, but they're not making the Lions pay.
But here, the Lions in front of the kicker, so it's a scrum back on halfway.
Now that is a blow, because the restarts have been so good so far. That is loose discipline, and what it does is give South Africa every chance to just build that momentum yet again as we approach half-time. They must hold out now.
Hahnemal. Jenkins steps forward again. Won't have to play it, though. And Henry Hahnemal, the fly half, is starting to kick from hand very well indeed.
2 meters.
One-way traffic at the moment. This is a vital 4 minutes. Hahnemal just varying his play. The Lions have the throw.
Davison pushing on after that catch. Dawson. Rousseau waits and Bentley is there. What a tackle. And it's won the penalty.
Not releasing the ball.
A fabulous hit from the Lions' inspiration. Here's the man who made it possible, Dawson.
Delalio out to Guskett. Tried to do it nonchalantly. Got another penalty anyway. For South Africa are failing to retreat 10 metres initially. And I would have thought Neil Jenkins will be steaming up from fullback to have a look at this.
I don't know about steaming. I think he might take his time. They've been under tremendous pressure. But talking about pressure, Peter Rousseau, welcome to international rugby. John Bentley, eyes on the ball, then the man, and what a hit. Rocked him backwards, but that was a brilliant kick from Dawson.
Jenkins says no to the kick at goal.
The tackle was good, no danger.
Let's just savour this again. Bentley puts his man on his back. Quite superb, but brilliant play from Matthew Dawson.
Yes, sir. At the end of the line, yes.
Wood, Davidson, Smith, Wood again. It was a shame, it was just building.
Yeah, a good throw by Wood, and Davidson, who's won a lot of good line out in this first half, gave them the option. Davidson climbing so high, lighter than Simon Shaw. He's easier to lift and it's paying dividends, and there's Tom Smith in, but it was Wood who knocked on.
Van der Westhuizen. Now that will only find Jeremy Guskett. But finding him was Henry Hahnemal, the fly half, who's having a much more effective afternoon, but Guskett digging in with strong legs. Dawson, Townsend. Now Tate's come right in off his wing to chase through the centre, but Hubert, so suspect underneath the high ball in the first test, not that time.
Now, play on, play on, play on.
Coming back to Van der Westhuizen. Montgomery, he was outside his 22, but it won't matter. And that's the reason why he's clapping, because offside had been given against the Lions.
Offside.
Just wonder what you thought about Neil Jenkins not taking on that kick.
A little bit surprised, but I suppose that he felt kicking for the line out, the Lions would hold territory and they could just take the pace out of the South African game, but it hasn't happened, and Henry Hahnemal has fired another long kick down. Closing in on half-time, and it is vital that the Lions do not concede another score. South Africa would go into the half-time break with real momentum. And those men, Telfer and McGeechan, they know it.
Venter down to Van der Vesthuizen and Hannibal. We're into injury time. Van Schalkwyk, Teichmann. Hubert wanted it. This is Andre Hubert. Good tackle. Scott Gibbs.
Look on.
A vital tackle from Gibbs. That was a great change of direction from South Africa. Van Schalkwyk very aware. Teichmann, superb inside ball, and Hubert is going at real pace, but Scott Gibbs has got him marked. The Exocet strikes again.
Well, somebody took the handbrake off there for Scott Gibbs. He was out of control.
He lined up his man with a bit of rhythm, though. I think that handbrake's off for the afternoon.
Stay bound. Bound.
No, I wasn't being remotely critical, don't get me wrong. Dawson.
Good scrummage there from the Lions. Excellent control.
You need all the arms.
There's no doubt at all, you know, there's a lot more intensity in this game than last week. I didn't believe I could possibly say that.
I think Delalio gave that penalty. Venter not staying bound.
Unlike Lawrence Delalio to let the referee know that there's a transgression of the laws from an opponent.
Still time for this line out.
47, 46.
It'll be an amazing score, 6-5 at half-time, because South Africa have really dominated this game, but the Lions' defence has been manful.
Bit of pushing there in the line out, I think.
Please.
Jeremy Davison says thank you for the penalty. Mark Andrews.
That's a chat, does Mark Andrews, but he's given the penalty away, and the Lions and Neil Jenkins will be delighted.
Referee checks his watch. That is it. That is half-time. The Lions go to the interval with Neil Jenkins having been one of the stars of this first half. Joos van der Westhuizen with the only try from short range after a long period of pressure from South Africa. So much at stake, you can feel it. High tension.
800 888. Right, they're just about to get underway at Kings Park in Durban. The Lions leading by 1 point, 6 points to 5. Let's return now to join Stuart Barnes and Miles Harrison.
40 minutes away, the Lions, from a series win here in South Africa for only the second time this century. But what a 40 minutes we have in store. As far as I can see, no changes made by either side at half-time. Dawson and Teichmann. It does look as if he's trying to run off a knock. He's had a hamstring problem, of course, before the series got underway. He also took a blow in the first half. Van der Westhuizen, Hannibal, testing Jenkins here. It was inevitable that these high ones would come at some stage, but the Lions cling on. Tater's lost it. Hannibal's got it. Van Schalkwyk, must be Montgomery. That is the worst possible start for the Lions to this second half.
And it came from route one. We knew before the game that Henry Hannibal was going to fire the bombs, and Jenkins, he couldn't handle it. It worked away, but then Tate, a desperate moment as he flicks the ball one-handed, and that's a good pass from Van Schalkwyk. And for Montgomery, who's had a pretty miserable first half, suddenly life is sweet. A debut score.
And now he's looking for the conversion. Yet to be successful tonight, the South African team with the boot, and that stays the way of things. But Percy Montgomery has added another try, and that will have brought the Lions back. There's no doubt about that. Jenkins didn't look too convincing there, but Tate was simply surrounded by green jerseys, and as Stuart says, lovely, sympathetic pass out to Montgomery from Van Schalkwyk. And the Lions are behind by 10 points to 6.
Now they've got to do more than defend. The defence has been brilliant. somehow they've got to keep the ball for long enough against these green-shirted giants to start forcing their own game.
Hey, back.
But the parallels to last week just keep on coming. Hannibal with the kick. Jenkins will want to make this one, of course. He's got a lot more time now, and also time to think about a counter-attack. John Bentley getting away, had to. Guscott. No space, though, is there? Tigerish tackling from South Africa.
But that was good from the Lions. They've got to be brave, using the ball that's kicked to them. Excellent counter-attacking.
Keith Wood, well, he started kicking. Mistake there between Van der Vestes and Hubert, two of the most experienced players in the South African team. Total breakdown of communication. Hubert seems to be taking the responsibility, apologising.
I can't see how. That's the fullback's ball. Except Van der Westhuizen is there, but that's Hubert's territory. And if he didn't call, that's poor play. Keith Wood shouldn't really have kicked that ball. But this test could come down to errors.
Yes.
The Lions have given a try away
Yes.
with an elementary error from Jenkins and Tate. And that's one that gives them a great attacking situation.
You too.
Those echoes of last week, by the way. The Lions were leading 7 days ago by a point at half-time. South Africa got the first 2 tries, one in the first half and one towards the start of the second. If it's the same result, then nobody from Britain or Ireland will complain. Townsend, now there's a chance maybe to give Bentley a bit of room. John Bentley, 3 across, they know all about his threat. The leading try scorer on tour, Dawson. Townsend again. This is more like it from the Lions. The kind of adventurous play that we've been getting used to on this tour, and that looks like only a scrum in the end. It was a long and loud blast from the referee.
Please.
Gregor Townsend there showing rare signs of anger. It's physical, it's rough and tough in there, and the crowd getting behind the Lions now. That was encouraging, and this is a really good attacking situation. What pressure going on in that scrums. Paul Wallace said his lungs started to burst within 1 minute of the first test. I dread to think what state they're in now. This is about heart and guts.
Quick.
Rodber. Ball's gone to ground. Oh, that was a good chance. I'm afraid it's been wasted.
I tell you.
Yeah, I thought I'd like to have seen the Lions look to put some width on the game. They haven't given the likes of Guscott a chance yet, and I don't see too much joy coming straight through that South African pack.
Hannibal, resounding thump when he hit the ball, but he hasn't found touch. Neil Jenkins puts up the high one and goes chasing by himself. Teichmann, Van der Westhuizen loves it to open up. So dangerous, of course, when the game is like that. It's going to go the Lions' way, the knock-on.
Teichmann, gentleman off the field, but he is very tight today. This is aggressive, this is hard. Kick too long from Jenkins. Got to be precise because South Africa will charge forward. They'll feed off anything loose.
Stay bound.
Ruben Kruger is being watched by the referee, as is Teichmann. They have to stay bound now, of course. Tim Rodber crossing the gain line, supported by Delalio. Dawson. Couldn't get the ball away, but he's retained it. Wood to Townsend. Scott Gibbs on the charge. Oh, look at him go! What a run by Scott Gibbs. Davidson. Well, if ever a player made a point, it was Scott Gibbs then, and it's a penalty for the Lions.
The tackler,
And
number 4,
Oz
the
Durant
tackler
is
on the ground.
on the floor. Can't believe that. Big Oz, the hard man of South African rugby, put on his backside. Gibbs on the scissors, and he just looks for Durant. He spins through the tackle. A great support from Davidson. And the Lions now have a chance to get within 1 point.
Well, the Ox met his match there. His name is Gibbs. An explosive run And this is simple for Jenkins, if anything is simple in this environment. To bring the Lions back to within 1 point. Yes.
And that's a sharp riposte from the British and Irish Lions. They finally kept some ball and they attacked well, asking questions. Well, Peter Durrant might be the ox, but Scott Gibbs, well, Jeremy Guscott calls him the kitchen sink. You throw everything at a team, and then comes Gibbs, boom.
Jerry Guscott also called him the fastest prop in the world.
Not to his face.
You saw there, Van Heerden is waiting. Already been on once.
I tell you.
Gary Tyson was the man who went off before, but and it's been adjudged to be a knock-on, and quite right.
Off Richard Hill, that was a tremendous kick-off.
The fine balance of this Test series continues. Hannibal. It was always going to happen. Another one on Tate and Jenkins, and they really have got to sort this out. Hannibal, Drotsky, Kruger. The alarm's gone off again here for the Lions. Van der Westhuizen, Drotsky, Kruger. The crowd are totally tangled in this web of a match. There's Durrant. Drotsky, Hubert, Hannibal, almost through. Referee's given a penalty because again, and it's a recurring theme, South Africa unable to stay on their feet and just flying over the top.
What tackling here. Delalio just stops his man. Montgomery in his tracks. Brilliant heroic stuff there. But South Africa, they're using the boot, and the Lions are struggling against it. Relief for Neil Jenkins and the Lions, but he is now being fingered as an area of exploitation, as is Alan Tate, who, let's not forget, is not a wing by nature.
Well, they've just had a long conversation there, the two of them, Jenkins and Tate. They've got to find a solution in the white-hot atmosphere out there. Ruben Kruger down on the floor, having a stretch.
Please.
And he's off, I think, yeah. Van Heerden is to return to the field.
Well, that's a blow for the South Africans, because Ruben Kruger has been pretty near his Bullock-in best. Powerful man, the pack are giving him a chance to run second phases. He's doing it very well.
Good take from Johnson at the front. Dawson shouts the orders as they look to inch their way up towards halfway. Delalio. Did you see the effort in his eyes there? Dawson, Townsend, Bentley. They've earmarked John Bentley as a danger, and they've driven him back. Is just in danger of spilling over.
Please, stop.
Well, that was a real green wall of defence.
Only a tackle.
Offensive defence, that was it. South Africa driving low and hard.
A disappointed Ruben Kruger. I think his match is over.
Unbelievable defence here. Andre Fenter, one of the biggest open sides in world rugby, pumping those legs. Mark Andrews, immense effort. And that's one of the problems. You could see Andrews with his arm around Richard Hill and a little swing and dig. And Bentley's tour so far, but that was not his moment, was it?
Jeremy Davidson. This doesn't look too good for him. And I suppose, well, we know the option would be for Tim Rodber to move up into the second row and Eric Miller to come on into the back row at number 8.
Well, the Lions have made a gamble, haven't they, going 4-2 without a lock. I don't think they want Rodber moving into the cauldron of the second row quite yet. But I do think at some stage they're going to want to introduce the dynamic qualities of Eric Miller.
Rodber trying to get there, and Johnson ripping his way through. Delalio straight at the heart of Hannibal. Dawson. Townsend looks for Guscott, and Guscott giving the ball away there in the tackle.
That's one.
And the first knock on was from the centre.
It's a little bit hesitant though. In midweek, Mike Catt was firing those balls out very early. They've already gone by now. Townsend, he looks for space, and really when he gives it to Guscott, there's nothing on.
Yes.
I do feel Gregor Townsend's got to put more width on the ball when he gets it. Got to stretch this South African pack, get them moving around. Lions' fitness not in question. The South Africans is. They've got to give themselves a chance to exploit them in the last 20.
Van der Westhuizen, Hannibal, Van Skoltbeek, Teichmann. A lot more purpose about the South African play this week. Van Skoltbeek, Trotsky, running at Tate, who was bundled down. Now it's Garvey in there. Van der Westhuizen again. Hannibal, they're lining up and looking hungry. Venter. Can they keep the ball? Chance here. Hannibal. Out to Hubert. Andre Hubert. And he's all the way. Problems. Big problems now.
Andre Hubert, the villain of the piece for every South African last week, turns hero. Change of pace, John Bentley, this time he's fended off with a left hand. Jenkins can't hit him hard enough, a supreme finish. It starts with Venter going through Townsend. Gibbs comes in with a tackle, but by then the danger bells are ringing because they're through the gain line. And Hubert, change of pace, strong fend, and he's over for the try.
But he hasn't kicked the conversion, and they can't find a goal kicker today, South Africa, and this is the reason why they're not out of sight yet. But Hubert has got their third try.
Well, you've got to say that that is a mistake from the Lions. John Bentley had him lined up. He wasn't going at pace when he took the ball. He really should have nailed his man there. And now the Lions under pressure. And I feel quite soon they're going to have to start thinking about Miller or back, possibly both. They've got to hit back with the ball in hand positively. They're not going to win by defending.
Certainly, the match is being played on South African terms so far. The Lions have got to wrestle the initiative somehow. Jenkins needs a calm spell now. Still 25 minutes to go. And they're still in touch. The gap is 6 points. Trying a conversion would take them in the lead, therefore. And they've got the put into the scrum.
But they've got to do something to change the momentum and the pace of this game. It's going South Africa's way. 6 points is not a reflection of their real superiority. There's Eric Miller. I would bring him into action sooner rather than later. If they leave it too late, this game might just drift away from them.
Townsend needs a good break with the bounce here. Hasn't got it.
But at least it's not going dead.
Hannibal looks to move it. Townsend had gone back to cover. Keeps it low and makes sure. And Neil Back is about to come on. The Lions are making the change at open side. Back, who's played beautifully right the way through the tour, gets his chance.
Well, he's been the creative force behind the midweek team. This is the moment he has waited for all his career. can he do it when it matters most?
I saw him in the lift yesterday and he said, there's no point me being on the bench unless they were going to use me. Now who's involved here? Martin Johnson, the captain. The penalty has been given for a bit of levering at the line-out. And has strayed him.
Please.
He was tackling Johnson.
When I
Always the
whistle,
one.
you stop. Stop. Hey, after the whistle.
Straight him interfered with by Johnson there, no doubt at all. Good decision from the referee.
I know.
They've been so brave all tour.
But I
We
told
said it in
them
Cape
after
Town,
the
they
whistle,
defended well,
stop like
then
that.
they had to really open up their attacking arsenal. Now they've got to do that. There's Johnson, he's taken Stratham off the ball. I have no complaints about that decision.
Trotsky, so criticised last week for his inability to throw effectively at the line-out. He's picked out his men today. Van der Westhuizen, that little chip is dangerous always, but Jenkins is there.
Too long that time.
And Jenkins looking to run, and now he's elected to kick. He really had to find touch. Hubert to run it back. Scott Gibbs. The Lions are a little rattled here. Townsend. But there'd been a knock-on. I think it was Matt Dawson at the base there.
Well, they're putting themselves under undue pressure. That was a bad decision by Neil Jenkins to kick there, and there goes the kitchen sink. He lays the ball back well, but Dawson just fumbled it. The pressure is mounting. Good decision to bring Neil back on, I feel, though. Could just provide the spark, but you can see the power coming through from South Africa.
Teichmann. Gibbs threw himself in. Andrews did as well. Van der Westhuizen. Fritz van Heerden felt that. But they're retaining that ball now. It's incessant pressure. The Lions have got it, stolen it. Jenkins.
Neil Jenkins looking very rattled at the moment. It's a pity from the Lions' point of view because their defence was quite amazing there. They're tackling so hard around the fringes, but South Africa are keeping the ball, they're keeping the momentum. And by kicking the ball to touch, they can just attack again. And the Geekin and Telford looking worried, and at the moment with very good reason.
They really can't afford to concede another score. We're halfway through this second half. Andrews. Drive is good. Look at it go. On the way towards that line, South Africa. Van der Westhuizen, Teichmann, the captain.
Stay back.
Stratham goes in, Van der Westhuizen, but the tiniest of knock-ons. It's cost South Africa dear there because Joost van der Westhuizen was certainly ready to snipe again.
You know, we said before the first test that the Lions should kick the ball dead as little as possible because the South African line-out, when it functions as their source of attack, Andrews saw in there, and the dynamism and sheer power, well, you won't see that anywhere in the world, and I include New Zealand. They are brutal when they're in the mood and going forward. Back in Delalio, well, not too bad going backwards.
Still, the Lions supporters try and raise their side's morale. If we're in Spain, we'd be in a bull ring.
Both sides.
Referee wants to check the binding on that far side.
Allez, play out. Up.
The Lions just want to get this ball away.
Stay bound. Stay
Robert
bound.
trying to provide the protection. As Van der Westhuizen looks to strike. Dawson. He normally likes to kick those himself. But Fenta had broken off that scrum. Just a bit too eager, Andre Fenta.
They can smell blood though, can't they? Fenter very fast through. Van der Westhuizen on the other side. The Lions under pressure. Just a fraction. A tiny fraction.
Interesting stopwatch the referee's got. That was a millisecond, wasn't it? 15-9 it remains. And while it stays like that, the Lions have a shot. There's no doubt about that. They're threatening from deep. They've run in some marvellous tries on this tour, 45 to be exact. Can they just find another in the second test?
But they have taken a real battering, and I wonder whether their fitness will be quite the same. And South Africa have applied so much pressure. It hurts the lungs, it hurts the muscles. The Lions will be suffering. It's been heroic to stay this close, because South Africa have dominated this match. And, you know, there's Neil Jenkins. He's kicked his goals for the Lions. If South Africa had had a Neil Jenkins, they would be out of sight by now.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? We can't delude ourselves. If South Africa kicked the goals, then it would be no contest now.
The Lions pack, they've performed with great courage. And there's some dangerous play by Van Heerden. He's pulling the leg of Tom Smith. Cannot do that.
Dawson, Townsend, Gibbs looking for back. He will now be such an important link, Neil, back as the Lions look to expand. Townsend straight to Snyman, and that was a knock-on. I don't think the home supporters think in the same way as the referee.
Well, someone told me that Kings Park, Durban is the party test ground where everything's sweetness and light. It's not here. We're entering a netherworld at times. This is tough. That's how tough this one is. Scott Gibbs suffering.
Yeah. He looks more than a little woozy, Scott Gibbs. And if it's a head injury, Mike Catt is covering a number of positions on the bench, full-back, fly half and centre. If it's a head injury, the medical staff, Dr. James Robson was there, he saw he did not want to take any risks, and he must be happy for Gibbs to stay on. He wouldn't do anything silly even on a day like this.
I agree.
Very professional medic, and the Lions have enjoyed his presence again.
Mind you, I wouldn't want to tell Scott Gibbs to go off in this cauldron.
Penalty has been given.
Stay bound, please.
The problem of failing to stay bound at the scrum.
All the end.
And with 15 minutes left on the clock. Neil Jenkins
I tell him.
Comes up.
Only the end. You see on TV. Only the end.
The Lions have been given twice as many penalties as South Africa.
Well, discipline has been a key word in the Lions tour. It's an excellent effort on the back foot to concede only 8 penalties after 65 minutes of this intensity. This is a big kick for Jenkins, though. He's had a shaky 15-20 minutes. Can he regain his composure?
Jenkins blotting out all the noise. Oh, it's stayed right. No, it's just curled back in. What a close kick. And what a relief.
I think it was the captain, Gary Teichmann, there, who just slipped off too early. 3 points in it.
Play on.
15-12.
With me.
I should never have doubted Neil Jenkins. And Skultvik.
Stay back. Back.
And the Westhuizen.
Back. Back.
Teichmann. Hannibal. Montgomery.
Play on.
Percy Montgomery. Looked good on his debut.
Stay back.
Van der Westhuizen. Hannibal. Tate goes back. Cross comes Jenkins. It's done well again.
Andre Snyman was absolutely flying there. I thought Jenkins was going to reach that with 5 metres to spare.
Now Gregor Townsend wanted to be allowed to go on there, but a substitution was taking place. Davi Taron has come on for Adrian Garvey, and that's why the referee called it back. Tough luck there on Townsend.
Well, Adrian Garvey, he's played a big game today, given everything for 70 minutes, and now they've got a fresh man on in Davi Taron, and he is a quite fearsome scrummager.
Andrews. 3 points in it, 12 minutes to go from the Westhuizen. Hannibal, Hunter.
Hunted by Delalio there.
Knocked on by Brodsky.
Well, Nakadrovsky's had a much better game with his throwing and his running around the field today, but that was an elementary error. Well, the Lions' defence was solid again, wasn't it?
They've shown great fortitude right the way through the tour, but especially in the test matches. When they've needed to be on their mettle, they have been.
But now we need Townsend or Guscott the Wizard to do something. Who knows? Maybe even Matthew Dawson.
Well, it was about this time last week when the Lions really started motoring. Townsend, I think that just may have been half charged down, the reason for the ball not travelling as far as Townsend wanted. Going back for a knock-on. Just remind you tonight, it's Holyfield against Tyson, special pay-per-view event, and it's from midnight on Sky Box Office. And for more information, the number to call is 0990 800 888. The number again, 0990 800 888. Dawson shaped the pass to Bentley, but he knew there was very little space out there. But the man in an offside position in front of Dawson carrying the ball. Accidental, but a scrum nevertheless.
The problem there, the Lions scrum just going backwards. Rodber gets it away, and Dawson chooses the channel where there was no room. They've got to put more width on this game.
Hannibal's kick, is that too far? No, it's not. It's beautifully judged. Much better effort from him today.
Yeah, it was about this stage last week, wasn't it, that he put one out on the full. That time just a metre in it. South Africa still surging forward.
The Lions where they don't want to be, inside their own 22. Johnson. They have to keep telling themselves, the Lions, and I'm sure they are, that there's only 3 points the difference, and the maul is being collapsed. Beautifully illustrated by the referee.
No real angle for Neil Jenkins, but he must find his touch here. Really, he does need to find some distance as well.
Well, he's done well.
Lions forwards battling to the end. Scrum pulled down by a South African pack. It has dominated, but crucially given a lot of penalties away.
Less than 9 minutes left then. There will be a bit of injury time. Townsend missed out. Gibbs giving it to Guscott. Tate. Alan Tate getting away. Percy Montgomery with the tackle. It was a desperate effort from Montgomery because Tate was really increasing his pace. Bent Bentley's come right across, so there's no right winger at the moment. Townsend gives it to Robber, who keeps it tight. Delalio on to Townsend. Now it's poor Wallace. It did just need John Bentley to be out there. But now the Lions regroup. Townsend again. Jenkins. A game effort to keep the ball alive. Nice smile there from Matt Dawson in the heat of the battle.
No knock on for the red.
The ball was knocked on, so the Lions still have a chance.
But this illustrates what I was saying. The Lions stretched their defence by going wide early from Townsend. And Wallace, it's a pity Bentley wasn't on there, but he did well. But that's the key. They have got to get wide. Percy Montgomery is not experienced at this level. They've got to test him, ask questions of Joubert defensively. They must keep playing that way now.
Townsend, Bentley on the crash ball. Still Lions ball. Dawson, Townsend, Delalio. Keith Wood goes in, that's gone forward again. It was a knock-on, but the referee has given a penalty for hands on the deck. Now that must have come before Wood's knock-on. And this, if it were to go over, would level the scores at 15-all.
Lawrence Delalio there has got through an enormous amount of work. He's getting up slowly, but he's had a tremendous game. Townsend dancing inside to Delalio, who's been everywhere. Teichmann accused. It's a tough call. Van der Westhuizen furious.
Neil Jenkins, the first Pontypridd player to be a Lion for 42 years. Russell Robbins had that honour, and now Neil Jenkins, with everybody back home on their knees, hoping and praying that he can just find one more fantastic kick. He has.
The Dragons flying in Kings Park. South Africa must be asking questions now, though. They must be saying, how can we be level when we've dominated this game?
Well, they are level, and now, what character. What a test for both sides. Wood takes it on. Dawson, the Lions are going to try and win it. It's the only way that they played. It's the only way they know. It's refreshing.
That was a bad decision from Gregor Townsend there. Should have moved it.
Bentley coming across the field, but will Noel straighten the line? John Bentley couldn't get away from Teichmann, but he's found Tate. Tate going on. Guscott there to make the tackle on Hannibal. Now the Lions don't want to concede a penalty. And they've got the ball. Keith Wood with a chip. And Wood is going. Look at him. Percy Montgomery with Wood breathing down his neck. Where did he find the reserves?
Keith Wood has really epitomised the Lions. They've been outplayed in most ways, but in spirit they have been brilliant. The morale in this camp is high. Mike Catt warming up.
Austin Healy's looking to come on as well. I think Alan Tate has pulled up with a muscle strain, so Healy goes into his old position of wing. Now, there's been one drop goal on this tour, scored by Gregor Townsend on this ground. Just wonder if that's going through the mind of the Lions players. Neil Banks in there. Well, they're not thinking about a drop goal at the moment, are they? Driving for that line.
Play on, back.
And Dawson can see it. Taken by Townsend, taken very flat. Dangerous run from him.
Play on, play on.
Dawson, have they got the self-belief? It's Guscott's drop! It's there! Jerry Guscott did go for the drop goal.
When Guscott is quiet, at your peril. He's done nothing. The Lions have rarely used him, but he's calm, he's cool. He tried it last week. He's fired it through. The Lions lead against all the odds. Stunning.
Eric Miller has come on for Tim Rodber. 18-15, 3 minutes left. The Lions are 3 minutes away from winning a series in South Africa. Dawson, Townsend. South African ball. They never believe it's over.
The Lions must keep playing. Their defence has been brilliant, but the South African line-out can cause all sorts of problems, and they'll want the try.
Andrews with the take. That set of forwards from South Africa looking to do the basics good, but also find another gear somehow at the end of the game. On a ball, Hubert, Scott Gibbs knocks the ball out of his hand. How many more tackles does Scott Gibbs have left in his wardrobe?
He's turned it over. That's the tackle of his career.
Got to go back for the first knock-on.
Knock on of the
We
scrum
haven't,
half.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Come on, referee, indicate what's happening. Now, Dawson's hurt. And remember, Austin Healy's already on the field.
Well, that was an immense hit from Gibbs. Lifted the crowd, but they've still got an onslaught
Wait for him.
to come. 1 minute left.
I think that ball was adjudged to go back from the tackle, so Dawson's knock-on.
Here. Again.
And South African to put into the scrum.
Yes.
1 minute plus injury time.
They conceded just 8 penalties, I believe,
Engage.
having faced 79 minutes of intense pressure, and that will be the reason they win this series if they hold out.
Teichmann tripped over by Dawson, who's feeling an injury, there's no doubt about that.
Play on. Play on. Play on.
Honeyball, Jenkins again. Come on, Neil. He's missed it. We're in injury time. The Lions must try and get this. They're going to. Gibbs. That is not calm touch. Hubert. Total mayhem here. Honeyball cutting through. It's Mark Andrews. Delalio's tackle. Van der Westhuizen. Rousseau. One more supreme effort required from the Lions. Van der Westhuizen. On the ball. He's lost it. He's knocked on. Jenkins. Healy. Guscott. Oh.
What defence. Healy, when that ball broke loose, was quite amazing. And Delalio and Gibbs, I don't know if I've ever seen defence quite like it from a British team. Honourable's threatening, but back does just enough. Ball pops out, and the Lions escaped.
And there were men waiting, and Honeyball didn't use them outside. Here he goes again! Inside that 22. Van der Westhuizen, Van Heerden, Keith Wood with the tackle, but it's still South African ball.
Back.
Johnson in.
Back. Play on.
Osdirant. Wood is down and hurt. Honeyball's kick. Jenkins goes across. John Beck is trying to get there. It's Neil Jenkins.
This has been a rear-guard effort. They've been on the ropes for 80, but South Africa have not taken their chances. The Lions, barely a sniff of a try, but they've kicked their goals, and then there's that Guscott drop goal.
What was Austin Healey doing there? He's trying to take a quick one.
I think he was trying to waste a little bit of time. There are the heroes, Guscott, Jenkins, and maybe most of all, Scott Gibbs.
We go deeper and deeper into injury time. Jenkins has put this out. The referee's whistle goes though for the end of the match. Rugby history has been made. The Lions have won the series in South Africa for only the second time this century. The 97 squad, who have refused to talk about 74 all the time they've been out here, will now be mentioned in the same breath. This is a truly great rugby achievement.
Well, in 1974 they came on the back of a series win in New Zealand. This team came with no hope, according to just about everyone. But McGeechan, Cotton and Telfer believed in it. They've been positive, they've been brave, and today they have been quite heroic. A wonderful day for British rugby and for all of these Lions. A tremendous achievement.
4 nations have come together and they've conquered here in South Africa. John Bentley, the epitome of the tremendous spirit, both on and off the field. Alan Tate, who scored that try right at the death in the first Test match. No tries today, but a combination of Jenkins' boot and that Jerry Guscott drop goal will send these Lions supporters partying all night in Durban. Guscott now